With assistant coach Danny Nee of the Towson Tigers getting ready to take on the #1 seed Old Dominion Monarchs to kick off quarterfinal Saturday at the CAA tournament. And coach, yesterday being able to play, kind of get familiar with the Coliseum, the atmosphere, big advantage for you guys?
It was just a positive advantage. We've been playing well the last 10% of the season, extremely well. We've made a couple of adjustments in the lineup, and I think kids like Troy Franklin are playing at the best maybe they've played all season, and that's been the key to us. When our point guard plays well, we play well. But it was an advantage of getting here, getting the confidence, because Wilmington had beat us once, we'd beaten them once. I expected a much closer, hard-fought game, but we were very fortunate. The ball went in the basket. We played at a very high level on defense, got some confidence, and then everything else fell into place.
Talk about what Troy gives your offense in terms of getting inside of zones, maybe getting easier shots for the Calvin Lees of the world.
To answer your question, it really starts with his defense, because he can put pressure on the point guard. And yesterday, he put pressure on Tomko, and he's been able to do that against a lot of people. In William and Mary, in that game we won a couple of days ago, he put pressure on Snyder. So he starts with his defense, and it really trickles down to the whole basketball team. So once we get pressure on the ball, we seem to be a better basketball team.
Now, I've got to figure a faster pace is more to your liking against a bigger team like Old Dominion, or am I way off?
Well, I don't know how Old Dominion's going to guard us, especially at the point guard position. I expect Old Dominion to play more zone. And I think they'll keep us on the perimeter with their size and limit us to one shot. We will not press them full court, but we have to make our shots, and we have to take care of the ball. And then on the defensive end, well, we got to limit Lee and those guys to one shot, because last time down there, the last time we played them, they kind of played ping pong on the backboards. They really dominated us on the glass, so we're going to have to rebound. I think rebounding will be the key, and not turning the ball over.
Great, Coach. Thank you very much. Good luck. With Blaine Taylor, head coach of the Old Dominion Monarchs, the #1 seed, getting ready to take on the Towson Tigers. Coach, not for the entire tournament, but just for today's game, is being able to sit yesterday and just kind of take it all in an advantage or maybe a disadvantage?
Well, I think there's two sides to that coin. I mean, one, we come in, and as the game wears on, will we appear a little more rested, a little more fresh? I think the tournament gives them good energy, and until you get to day 3 or 4, that probably isn't as big a factor. Early in the game, you probably see us have the first ball dribbled off the foot and first basket missed, and some of the first game jitters. And so it's kind of an even deal. The fact they played well yesterday is probably the most significant factor in the game, and that they're playing well. And we had 2 really close games against them during the season. Final score was not indicative of how close those games were.
Now, they're also a different team. Rayshon Polk played really well yesterday and came on late in the season. Do you take a lot from that, or is it this time of year just more about you than them?
Well, actually, the second time we played him, they inserted him in, and he was a factor. Now, he wasn't a leading scorer that day, but they have kind of shifted their lineup a little bit, and it's been effective. And Rayshon's done a really nice job as he did yesterday, but they're playing pretty good at every position. They don't go as deep, but they go as deep as anybody's going to go in the tournament. Just because they don't have the 10th, 11th guy in uniform doesn't make any difference. They're going to play those 8 guys, and that's what most of us are going to play.
And for you, defense, rebounding, pounded inside, same thing we've come to expect?
Well, they're one of the harder teams in the league to defend, trying to keep them in front of you and keep them at bay. They're going to make some plays. It's just a fact of life, as good as they are position by position in their talent pool. But so that's a challenge for us. We obviously, like every team's trying to score, and we're going to have to do that to keep pace with the offensive ability they have. And then, of course, the loose balls and the rebounds and every ball that's up for grabs, we're going to have to fight like the Dickens.
Now, you've won slow, you've won fast. Do you have a pace preference? Slow game, fast game, doesn't matter, just a winning pace?
Well, we pride ourselves in being able to play at different tempos. I mean, if it ends up being a lower scoring game, then we're comfortable with that. If the game gets a little more up and down, then we're comfortable with that. I think to be a consistent team all year long against all opponents, you're going to have to be able to play at different tempos and be comfortable in your own skin doing so. So we'll play, and we'll practice that way. We'll play a little slower one day, and then we'll play a little faster one day, and play with a mixture one day. If it's an up-tempo game, that's fine with me. If they want to play a little slower, then that's fine with me too.
Great. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it.